All right, so we're dealing with this question here. It says, um, Mandevu Enterprises Limited makes and sells furniture. The company has two production departments, cutting and assembly, and two support departments, stores and machine maintenance. MEL uses traditional absorption costing system to allocate production overheads to products. The following budgeted cost information is available for the month. Okay, so here basically we are sharing out these overheads to all these four departments: cutting, assembly, stores, and maintenance. All right, these amounts are being shared to these departments. Okay, and we have this additional information here. Okay, this additional information is going to help us decide the, the basis on how we're going to share the overheads. Okay, so part one of the question says prepare a schedule of the total budgeted overheads for each of the four departments, clearly showing the basis of apportionment. Okay, okay, so let me make here. Let's say basis of apportionment. Okay. Yes. So indirect wages have already been shared out. All right. So the next thing that we need to, the next overhead we need to share out is factory insurance. This 24,800. All right. So we're going to come to this additional information. All right. And then we're going to say which basis are we going to use to share out the factory insurance. It's factory, yes, factory insurance. So here you pick the one which is most logical, okay, the one which is in connection. All right. So value of machinery. Let's hold on, colleagues. Value of machinery is the basis that we're going to use to apportion the factory insurance. Okay, because assuming the machinery is insured. Okay, so I've made a certain this table here. So value of machinery for cutting department, it's 480,000. For assembly, it's 200,000. For stores, it's 80,000. Okay, and for maintenance, it's 40,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the total. Okay, the total value of machinery we add. Okay, we're going to add these figures here. 480,000 plus 200,000 plus 80,000 plus 40,000. The total value of machinery is 800,000. Okay. So what we're going to do is for each department, we're going to get the fractions of this. Okay. Like for cutting department, all right, you're going to say 480,000 divided by 800,000, you get 0.6. Okay. Here I've got 0.6, madam. 480 divided by 800,000. 480,000 divided by 800,000. Okay. Then assembly, you say 200,000 divided by 800,000, 0.25. Stores, you say 80,000 divided by 800,000, you're going to get 0.1. Maintenance, you're going to say 40,000 divided by 800,000, you're going to get 0.05. All right. So these decimals, okay, these decimals which represent each department, we're going to multiply them with this amount here. Let me put this like let me put it like this. Cutting department, this 0 0.6, we're going to multiply it by this 24,800 to see how much of the factory insurance the cutting department gets. Assembly department, you're going to say 0.25 multiplied by this 24,800 to see how much of the factory insurance assembly gets. Stores department, you're going to say 0.1 multiplied by this 24,800 to see what amount of the factory insurance stores get. And then maintenance, you're going to say this 0.05 multiplied by this 24,800 to see how much maintenance department gets. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. Okay, for the cutting department, you're going to say 0 0.6 multiplied by 24,800. Cutting department gets 14,808. For assembly department, you're going to say 0.25 multiplied by 24,800. You're going to get 6,200. For stores, you're going to say 0.1 multiplied by 24,800. You're going to get 2,408. For what's this? Maintenance department, you're going to say 0.05 multiplied by 24,800. You're going to get 1,240. Okay, colleagues, have you seen how we've shared out? Yes, so here we put basis of apportionment value of machinery. All right, any questions? Okay, yes, you need to, yes. Or what you can do is in the exams, you in your rough calculations, you can get these values because you definitely need to use these values here. Yes, yes. Okay, we go to the next overhead, which is factory security. We check which one will be the most suitable. We can use floor area. Okay, floor area. Okay, so for floor area, cutting department has 600 square meters. Assembly has 800 square meters. Stores has 400 square meters. Maintenance has 200 square meters. So what you're supposed to do is you get this total. Sometimes the total won't be given to you. So usually remember you have to get the total. Okay. So what the total? The total floor area is 2,000 meters. Out of these 2,000 square meters, cutting, yes, cutting gets 30% of the square meters. Assembly gets, you say 800 divided by 2,000, 0.0. Stores 400 divided by 2,000, 0.2. Maintenance 200 divided by 2,000, you get 0.1. So these proportions, they can be fractions or they can be decimals. We're going to multiply them by 21,000. Yes. So here we have floor area. Yes. So for what's this cutting department, you're going to say zero point 0.3 multiplied by 21,000, 6,300. For assembly department, you're going to say zero point 0.4 multiplied by 21,000, you get 8,000. Yes. For stores, zero point 0.2 multiplied by 21,000. Yes. And then maintenance, zero point 0.1 multiplied by 21,000, 2,000. Yes. And these figures here, when you add them up, they will give you these totals here. Okay, colleagues? They are supposed to give you these totals. Okay. Yes. Any questions before we go to the next one? Okay. Madam Diana, any, any questions so far? Factory rent and rates again, floor area. Okay. Floor area. So I'm going to say zero point 0.3 multiplied by 72,400, 21,720. For assembly, zero point 0.4 multiplied by 72,400, 28,960. For stores, zero point 0.2 multiplied by 72,400. We're going to, yes. Then maintenance, I'm going to say zero point 0.1 multiplied by 72,400. You get 7,240. Right? Yes. Next, machine depreciation, value of machinery. Okay, value of machinery. Yes, so for cutting department, you're going to say zero point 0.6 multiplied by 13,200, 7,920. Assembly, you're going to say 0.25 multiplied by 13,200, you're going to get 3,300. For stores, you're going to say zero point 0.1 multiplied by 13,200, you're going to get 1,320. For maintenance, zero point 0.05 multiplied by 13,200, 660. Yes. Any questions? Okay. Sure, 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 sure. Okay. Kilowatt, I mean, light and heat. We're going to use kilowatt hours. Right, kilowatt hours. Now, these kilowatt hours are already in percentages. Okay. They're already, yes, they're already in percentages. So even though you yes, because if even though you add them, it will reach 100%. Then when you divide, you just get these percentages as decimals. Okay. So kilowatt hours. Let me put here percent. Okay. Percentages. So let me just put them as decimals because they're already in percentage form. So uh, total is 100% here. Okay, here we've got 60%, 25%, 5%, and 10%. Okay, so we just convert them into decimals. Eh, 0.6, 0.25, 0.05, 0.1. Okay, so for cutting, we're going to say 0.6 multiplied by 12,480, 7488. Assembly 0.4 multiplied by 12,480, 4,900. Stores 0.2 multiplied by 12,480, 2,496. And maintenance 0.1. Hey, oh, this is 0.1 here. 0.1 multiplied by, yeah. Let's see, this one, did I multiply it by the correct one? M10. Let me just make sure, because I think I might have multiplied one with, yes, I multiplied with the wrong one. This multiplied by 0.05, yes. And then here, yes, I also multiplied by the wrong one. 0.25 multiplied by that, yes. And then this one, okay. Yes. Okay. Next is canteen expenses. Canteen expenses, I believe we can use number of employees. Number of employees. So we have 16 here, 36, 6, and 6. So the total number of employees, 64 employees. Then now we can get the proportions. Here, 16 divided by 64, 0.25. 36 divided by 64, 0.5625. 6 divided by 64, 0.09375. Again here, 6, 0.09375. So canteen expenses, number of employees. Okay, so for cutting, it says 0.25 multiplied by 43,800, 10,950. Assembly 0.5625 multiplied by 43,800, 24,637.5. 0.095 multiplied by 43,800, 4,106.2. Same here. Yes, 4,106.25. Okay. Next is supervisor salaries. So supervisors work with employees, so we can use number of employees. So again, 0.25 for cutting times 32,960, 8,200. For assembly, 0.5625 multiplied by 32,960, 18,540. Stores, 0.09 multiplied by 32,960, 3,090. For maintenance, 0.09 multiplied by this, 3,090. Okay. Yes. For power, we can use kilowatt hours, right? Kilowatt hours. So for cutting, 0.6 multiplied by 56,720, we get that. For assembly, 0.25 multiplied by this 56,720, you get 14,108. For stores, 0.05 multiplied by 56,720, you get 2,386. And then for maintenance, 0.1 multiplied by 56,720, you get 5,672. Any questions? Admin costs. Let's see. Admin costs. Number of employees. Yeah, because machine hours, direct labor hours, they don't have maintenance here. And to use kilowatt hours, yeah, you can also use kilowatt hours. I don't think you'll be penalized. Let's use number of employees. Okay, number of employees. So cutting, you're going to say 0.25 multiplied by 24,600. You'll get that. For assembly, you're going to say 0.5625 multiplied by 24,600. You get 13,837.5. Stores, 0.09 multiplied by 24,600. You get 2,306.25. Then maintenance, 0.09 multiplied by 24,600. You get 2,306.25. Okay. Then we get our totals. Okay, we get our totals. Okay. For cutting department, you add all these overheads here. The total overhead, 159,608. Assembly, you add all these overheads here, all these totals here. You get 151,700. 151,175. For stores, you add all of these over here. You get 65,443. And for maintenance, you get the total of all of these here. And you're going to get 63,663. Yes. Any questions? Okay. Now we're going to the second part of this. Okay, which is part B. Says calculate the total budgeted overheads for each of the production departments after the service departments have been reapportioned. So, colleagues, what is going to happen here is this. Since the service department, huh? No, 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 no. Since the service departments are not part of producing the goods, all right, it's only cutting and assembly. So these overheads for these assembly, I mean, for these supporting departments, they'll have to be reapportioned back to the production departments. Okay, colleagues? They have to be reapportioned back to the production departments. Okay. So we're going to start with reapportioning maintenance, the maintenance department. Okay. We reapportion maintenance department. The amount we're reapportioning is this 63,663. Okay. We are reapportioning it to cutting, assembly, then stores. Okay. Uh-huh. So now maintenance department, we come back to our table here and we say, what basis are we going to reapportion the maintenance department? Okay, so we can see here maintenance department. Let's see. Mm, I would say, let's see. Even let's see machine hours. Let's see directly the area. Value of stores issue. No, this will be for thing. This is stores will use value of stores issues. Okay, maintenance. Let's use value of machinery. Yeah, value of. They won't penalize as long as it's making sense. Okay. Yes. So for maintenance, we're going to reapportion with what's this value of machinery. Now, since we are removing maintenance, so here on value of machinery, this 40,000 has to be ignored because we're reapportioning maintenance. Okay. Okay. So the total value of machinery, we're just going to use these three. 760,000. Okay. Because we are reapportioning maintenance. So do not include the number. Do not include this 40,000. Okay. Yes. So for cutting, you're going to say 480 divided by 760, 0.61631,579. Assembly, you're going to say 200,000 divided by 760, 0.263158. Then let's see, what is that? Stores, you're going to say 80,000 divided by 760,000, you get 0.105263. So we're going to multiply those values by this 63,663 that's being reapportioned. So you're going to say for cutting, you're going to say 0.63158 multiplied by 63,663, you get 40,208. For assembly, you're going to say 0.263 multiplied by 63,663, you get 16,753. For stores, 0.105 multiplied by 63,663, you get 6,701. Okay. So maintenance has been reapportioned. Okay. Yes. Any questions? Next, we need to reapportion now stores. Okay. Now stores, it's this new amount here because stores got a 6,701 from maintenance. So you're going to say for stores, you're going to say 65,443 plus 6,701, 72,144. Okay. Because remember, colleagues, we apportioned a 6,700 from maintenance. So stores has got a new total overhead. So this new total overhead, which is 72,144, is going to be reapportioned back to cutting and assembly. So how we're going to reapportion stores? Value of stores issues. Okay. And we're only going to focus on cutting and assembly. We're not going to use the stores, this value, this 93,000 for stores, because we're reapportioning it. So value of stores issues. Mhm. No, we're skipping out maintenance also. Yes, because both stores and maintenance are being avoided. Yeah, because if you include maintenance again, it means you're not going to finish the process. The process will be ongoing. So value of stores issues for cutting and assembly is 652,400. Okay. Out of this, cutting gets, so you say 372,800 divided by this 0.571. Assembly, assembly 279,600 divided by 652,400, you get 0.42857. Okay, so these as a value of stores issues. Yes. So you're going to say for cutting, you're going to say 0.57143 multiplied by 72,144. You get 41,225. Then for assembly, 0.42857 multiplied by 72,144, you get 30,919. Okay. So after you have reapportioned, okay, now we can get the new totals for stores and cutting and assembly. So the new total for cutting assembly is this 159,680 plus the amount that was apportioned from maintenance plus the amount that has been apportioned from stores. So 241,113. Okay. Then assembly, our total which calculated at first plus the amount apportioned from maintenance plus the amount apportioned from stores, you get 198,847. Any questions, colleagues?